Oh, hello. How are you? Good luck tonight. Keep him in tow. All right. Who's Nick? All right. How did you get the game? You're not the guy that's here all the time. Switching it up. All right. You know, he feeds us all the time, man. Yeah. What was that penalty? Why did he call that? Yeah, he's... Good evening, Hopkinton football fans. Tonight, your Hillers taking on the Medfield Warriors. I'm here, Rick DeCina, with Dandy Don Lehman. And Don, time to reset the clock a little bit here since the last time we talked. Well, last time we were on the air, we had a 8-7 loss to Ashland, which was a tough one to take. Then on to Holliston last week, which certainly didn't turn out the way we planned, a 28-7 loss. And back here now to Medfield. So what do you think has to happen to get back on the winning track?
You know, it was two tough games in a row, 2 tough weeks here for the Hillers, and 2 completely different games. I mean, speaking about, on the clock, it was the Clockers that, the last time you and I were together here, we watched that crazy ending there with the fake field goal.
Fake extra point.
Fake extra point. So, that was a tough loss for the Hillers, and they had to come back and then go to Holliston, which is just always a difficult task. And what the Hillers, I know you were not there, but the Hillers played well last week. They were not manhandled by any sense of the word. They got beat on 3 really just long passes, and that's just the way it goes. So that was a tough loss. So now what these kids have to do, and the coaching staff is kind of have to, like you said, reset. Now you got Medfield in, who's always tough here. And you've got Westwood coming up after this. You got to win these next 2 games and see where the playoff thing leads us. And Division 4 South, I don't think is that powerful that Hopkinton can't come out of that. So we'll see what happens.
Well, as a 2-3 record right now, it's an uphill climb, and you have to win this one tonight, obviously.
Definitely.
And then you're at Westwood next week, and then you have to let the chips fall where they fall and see what happens. So they've dug a hole. Certainly they can get out of it.
Oh yeah. So
tonight, homecoming. And not a lot of people on the other field. So Medfield didn't get the message to show up early.
They do a lot of dining in Boston tonight.
Apparently they must. But a big crowd here tonight for the Hillers. We got the student section, the band, and the cheerleaders down here ready to go. And it's a nice night for football. It did rain hard yesterday, and this field does hold a lot of water. That may not be good, but it certainly looks good for
it looks really good. They repainted the H in the middle there, and it looks great. Got the band, got homecoming, got balloons, got an American flag over there. We're ready to go.
Okay, so we're going to take a break for the national anthem, and we'll get right back at it.
National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We will be accepting donations throughout the game to state entities as well as the concession stand. Your generosity will help make a significant impact in fighting breast cancer and provide hope and inspiration to all those affected by cancer. Donation jars at the entrances of the game is stationed by the bellhead. Thank you for donating if you're interested. Before we begin to tonight's game, we'd like to remind you that the Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, trash talking, players, coaches,
rendition of the national anthem when the band is here. Nice cool night for football. We're ready to go. Tonight, a couple of notes. It's Crucial Catch Night, which is a fundraiser for cancer, and they are collecting money here at the stadium. Not that anybody on the listening to this can do anything, or I don't even know where you'd send money at this point. But Crucial Catch.
Dana-Farber, really anywhere, any cancer research. National Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
We are also streaming on YouTube. Mr. Mike Terosian got everything worked out. I understand we had some issues against Ashland a couple of weeks ago, and that's about it. We're going to get ready for the opening kickoff, where the Warriors will receive the ball in the north ends on the north side, and I can't see the numbers, but it looks like number 7, Michael Greitzer. Yeah, these tough with the white uniforms, Don. It's tough to see what's going on.
You're 2 weeks older than you were 2 weeks ago, right?
That's true, and it's right up the middle. And Greitzer, he's got to break it up down the left sideline. He's got the kicker alone. Kelly with the tackle at about the 37-yard line of the Hillers. Great return by number 7, Michael Greitzer.
Well, luckily their kicker is, one of their starting defensive tackles or defensive ends or whatever to make that tackle. But that opened up like the Red Sea, Rick. There were some good blocks there. He fielded it. It was a good kick by Brendan. He fielded it cleanly, though. Kid took it up, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle there.
Yeah, so not a great way to start the game. Certainly not the statement you want to make when you're coming out, but they'll start the drive at the 37-yard line.
When you play special teams, you've got to be – a lot of those kids that play it are not everyday players. So sometimes they're not ready for game action, and they weren't on that play.
Medfield, number 30, takes it straight up on the right side, actually. Number 30. I don't have a number 30, so. 33, sorry. Number 33 is Cameron Junta.
That was pretty much just a standard dive up the middle for Medfield there. Now I'm trying to see who their quarterback is. They had
number 13.
He's number 13.
Wide. He's listed as a wide receiver, Don.
Right. So he was the number one. He is or touted as the number 1 wide receiver in the conference. Their starting quarterback got hurt, and now he has taken over at quarterback. So he's obviously a dual threat. But it's interesting that they start out with 2 pretty much dive right, dive left.
Well, we know he can catch the ball. We just don't know if he can throw the ball, right? I mean, So they
Looks like I don't know if they're hurrying up or they're going to the
they're in
no
a
huddle.
wishbone formation, Don. You haven't seen this in a long time. And we got flags on the play. I thought I heard the whistles, but they played through it.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. It looked like they're going to call that
defensive offside?
I think it was offensive. They looked like they were trying to stop the play. Unless there was contact when they came across
I see
the line.
defensive offside on the far side.
So there must have been contact there.
So the official, whoever's got the sticks has it wrong. He has 4th down, but it's going to be 3rd and probably 1.
Medfield always plays Hopkinton tough at this on this field. In the Jim Gerard era, they're 3-1 versus the Hillers.
Well,
at Dave Hughes Stadium,
Medfield comes in 0-3 and 1-4 overall, so they have to get something going. It's a quick hit right up the middle on the fullback, and nothing doing. It looks like Kelly on the tackle.
Yeah, Saparochas came in there and filled very well, made a nice tackle, and for that, it looked like he lost yardage on that.
So it's going to be 4th and about 1, and you got to go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Don, I know a little something about this wishbone. I ran this wishbone back in 1980 for Holliston.
You look like you can still run it.
We haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, and this coach from Medfield has been around for a while, too. He's been around 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, we should note that neither of us had a chance to look at the media guide that Coach Sullivan throws out.
I'm watching it right here.
You have it on your phone?
I'm reading it as we go.
So it's a handoff to the right, and Matt Brown breaks through and not even close to the line of scrimmage. Loses about 4 in the play. So they'll turn it over on downs. Great defensive stand to start the night, Don.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Rick, is they moved. It looks like they moved Brown to the line, to his defensive end position that he played last year, or to the line. He's been playing free safety here throughout the first 5 games or whatever. So they have Salyards back there, who's a sophomore. Looks like he's playing both ways. Playing free safety, and they move Brown back up to the line, which he was an impact player last year. He looks like he
and his brother both were impact players last year.
Yeah.
So a couple of receivers to the right, 2 backs as DeLoya moves back, and it's a run to Matt Brown. He breaks a tackle in the backfield. He breaks a couple of more tackles, gets for about 13, 14 on the play, gets out to about the 48-yard line of the Hillers.
Some nice blocking set up there. Matt read it well, turned it up, and ran hard as he always does, and that's a great start for the Hiller offense.
So it's 1st and 10 with 8:40 to go in the first quarter.
Now I guess Medfield is missing one of their linemen who's a pretty good player, so he's been injured. They've struggled with injuries the last few weeks, this Medfield Warrior team.
And they look pretty tall on the line. DeLoya, quick dump off to DeLoya, picks up a few more. Total of about 6 yards. Should be 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, it looks like they have some height, and I haven't seen. Do they give heights and weights
do,
here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, some of these teams have not, which I never get, but.
Yeah, they're always taller and heavier than they are anyway, so I don't know.
That's true.
Does it really matter?
No, not really. Actually, I think some of these Medfield fans are sitting on this side now that I look at it, but the other side looks pretty empty.
Stay out of the wind, maybe. I think it's pretty breezy out there. I'm not sure.
Got DeLoya out here one-on-one.
No, DeLoya's in the backfield.
I'm sorry, yeah, who's that?
Salyards, maybe?
Okay.
And another handoff to Brown. Same play they started the drive on, and he gets nowhere with that, and it's going to bring up about 3rd and 2.
You know, you never know with the Hillers. 2 weeks ago against Ashland, they really ran the ball quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did not throw, they. I don't know if that cost them the game. I don't think it did, but and then it's funny they go into Holliston. They threw the ball pretty effectively last week.
Okay.
They didn't score a lot of points, but they came out throwing. You never know what they're going to do because they're effective doing both. It would be nice to set the line of scrimmage here, though.
So we get 3rd and 1. And a strong pistol left. And we got timeout Hopkinton. Let's see if I can keep track of those. So we didn't He's only talking to Keller, so he didn't like something, or
yeah, they saw something they didn't like, and or the play that they had called, and you've got 5 timeouts here. You might as well use it. This is a big play early in the game, 3rd and short.
I guess it'd go for it twice if it.
Well, you would figure, but how about throwing a bomb right here?
Yeah, how about it?
I might do that. I would do that. I think
that's why you're up here with me.
Maybe.
All right, so it's a I formation, and straight ahead is Keller, and he gets. I don't know who the up back was, but. He didn't do him any favors, taking out his legs trying to push him up.
I missed that part, but it was it's totally opposite of what I was suggesting.
Yeah, that's
we
not
went
exactly
throwing a bomb and they ran a sneak, so I don't know.
Well,
Again, I'm up here, Sully's down there.
So it was effective. First down at the 41-yard line of the Warriors. These uniforms are very difficult to see numbers from the
white uniforms.
Yeah, from the Medfield team. They have very small numbers in the front, and they're tucked. A couple of receivers to the left. DeLoyer in motion is set now. And now it's DeLoyer straight up the gut, and he picks up about, we'll call it 2. Make it 2nd and 8.
This is kind of a new formation. I don't know if we've seen we've seen DeLoyer on the jet sweep a little bit, but not necessarily lining up as a in the 2-back spot. I know he moved there in motion. I did see on the guide that Zach Frank's out. So maybe,
he is.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, you're right. I haven't seen him in the game yet.
Yeah, so they may give Luke some carries out of the backfield because of that.
First pass of the game, hard throw, and it's caught. Brendan Kelly at the 30-yard line. He threw in the spot only Kelly could get to it.
Yeah, that was a very good throw by Kelleher there. He kind of just dropped back. Kelly made a nice, ran a nice route, made a nice little curl right there in front of 29, and it was an excellent throw by Kelleher.
So that brings up 1st and 10 at the 30. Three wide receivers to the left, and it looks like Kelly wide right. And only Brown in the backfield with Kelleher. And it's a quarterback draw, and he picked up about 4. We'll call it 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
That's a play, both that draw and that read option that they have incorporated quite a bit this year, more than last year. And Ryan's been running a lot and effectively. You've got an experienced offensive line up there. You've got Theo Cavello. You've got Carl Stukel. You've got Ben Powers at left tackle. You got Monahan at right tackle. Let's see who the right guard is.
Brown tried to outrun the pursuit, and he did to an extent, but number 61, Kevin Viles on the tackle, chasing from behind, and it's going to bring up about 3rd and I'll call it 3.
Garrett Powers is the right guard. Now, I don't know if that's a brother combination. Is that a brother combination, Garrett and...
Don, I'm starting to drift out of town here. I don't know too many of the kids at this age now, so
no, me neither.
I don't know who belongs to who.
There's no other DeCinas on this team.
No, I'm done.
All right.
I'm done.
Okay.
Back to pass, and he throws to DeLoyer, and he breaks out of 2 tackles, and then it's a touchdown. Luke DeLoyer, 23 yards out from Kelleher.
That was a great play. You know what was great about that play with Luke is he knew what he was doing with the ball as soon as he caught it, but he looked it into his gut. He was turning right away. It was an excellent pivot, and then boom, one move, and then just good strong running into the end zone. Great play by the Hillers.
A 23-yard touchdown by DeLoyer at 3:43 of the first quarter. Back, Luke, on the kick. Snap, hold, and it is good.
All right, that's a great start. You know what, Rick? This Hiller team needed it. After those two really demoralizing losses. And, you know, football can become a grind. Middle of the season, you're practicing, you lose 2 tough games.
But it's a fun grind, though.
You
It's
know,
fun. Yeah, winning always helps, but it's a fun
better
grind.
grind than a football season. But I'll tell you what, that's a big start there because they were losing their confidence a little bit. You know, this team needed to get their swagger back a little bit, and starting like that is excellent. Good to see the cheerleaders up and working here, doing the first 7 push-ups of the game.
Yeah, they haven't done more than 7 in the last 2 weeks, so they're out of shape.
Yeah, this offense it would be nice to see this offense get going here.
All right.
Beautiful moon tonight. I mean, you know, it's fun when you walk up to this stadium, looking to the west, you know, seeing the sunset.
Is that a
look
waxing?
At this sun.
Is that waxing or waning? I don't know.
Look at this moon.
I can see it right here. It's right in front of us. It's over here where the light. I don't know if that's waning or waxing. Kelly on the kick, and it's going to be taken by somebody, number 13. And he's another good return out to the 40-yard line before he's tackled by number 20, Ty Scanlon. So number 13, that was Stephen Williams on the return. Nice return. He's the quarterback now.
I was
wide
going to
receiver
say,
turn quarterback.
Yeah, he's their player. He seems to be their best player.
Well, it's interesting they shifted him up because Kelly kicked at that spot last time, probably trying to keep it away from him. So they're in the wishbone. And Williams hands off to number 33, Cameron Junta. And a loss, it looks like. Or maybe it got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm not sure, barely, but Zaporozhia just jetted in there and really made a nice tackle. I don't know if he's run blocking or run blitzing or just reading the plays very quickly, but that's his second tackle for loss.
Well, what's odd is, you know, if you're running straight ahead with the wishbone, this 2-block is additional to this. So people shouldn't be getting through like that. And look at this, Deloya just crashed through, and he's also with Tommy Hamlet on the tackle. That lost about 5 on the play.
Yeah, I mean, it seems they might be intent on trying to run. They lost their starting quarterback. We're not sure how this number 13 can throw the ball. We know he can catch it. Has he attempted a pass yet?
No.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So I'm guessing the arm isn't quite there to throw, but the hands are there to catch.
Can't throw it to yourself.
And again, it's a handoff, number 33, Junta, and he picks up a good 7 yards, so it's going to be 4th and still a good 8 yards.
That was a good run up the middle for Medfield. He made a nice little cutback and ran hard. But, you know, at 3rd and 15. What was that, 15?
3rd and 15, we'll run it all day.
I don't know. So we'll see if Medfield's got anything else offensively to challenge the Hiller defense.
So where was it?
Far, no.
Johnny Ham Jones, Lamb Jones, and Jam Jones were all for Texas back in the day?
I think so.
It's a line drive kick that Hopkins got to get away from. It was a very strange. It was a late snap and a low kick, and it gets down to the 25 of the Hillers.
Well, I was going to say it was SMU, but wasn't that the Pony?
Oh, that was the Pony Express. Craig James and.
But that was also a wishbone, wasn't it?
Oh, they all. Oklahoma ran the wishbone with J.C. Watts and those guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think
Texas was the all the Jones brothers.
Yes, they were. Medfield's going to need a little bit more than the wishbone to beat the Hopkins defense tonight, though, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, the way it looks, if you can't pick up a first down with a wishbone, it's going to be a long night. And the wishbone is basically predicated on speed.
You know, it doesn't look like Hopkinton was surprised by it, that's for sure.
All right, so the Hillers pick it up with 1:39 to go in the first at their own 25. And it's a handoff to the lawyer, I think. And he gets close to a first down.
Yeah, it looks, again, with Zach out, it looks like they are, they can't give Brown the ball every time. So they're going to give Luke some carries, and Luke will certainly be up for the task. I mean, he's a physical kid. He's a receiver, but he's a physical kid. He can run the ball.
So an I formation behind Keller on the center, a couple of receivers to the right, and it's just a straight up handoff to I think the lawyer was the up man, but I'm not sure. It was, yeah, it is the lawyer, and he was short of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 still.
And this necessarily is not two down territory here, Rick.
No.
So they're in their own end. It's certainly makeable. I would say that's just a couple inches there, a few inches.
Yeah, maybe a foot or so. So same formation, the I, and this time Kelleher. Boy, it's close.
Yeah, he didn't get that.
I don't know where he is in the file. This thing he got it.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, Bailey, you're right. Bailey got it, right?
Yeah, it from this angle, but okay, we'll take it. Yep. Looks like Ryan's taking some of the dirt out of his helmet there.
Yeah, I need some. Gotta rinse out my eye a little bit. That could be the final play of the first quarter.
You would think so.
No need to rush.
Is. Yeah, right.
All right, so that'll do it at the end of the first quarter with the Hillers up 7-0, and they will pick up a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, heading south when they come back. Don, some sad news here in Hopkinton. Bob Lavoie passed away yesterday, maybe even the day before. 91 years old. Bob, a long time Hopkinton resident and athlete and grandfather, and loved to go watch and this and how can we forget his service to the country? He's always talking about whenever he has the opportunity, talk about the greatest generation ever in World War II and all that. So, a sad day in Hopkinton. I mean, we all know him personally. He's a great guy. Always had a lot of stories, and he will be one of those people who will be sorely missed here in Hopkinton.
Yeah, it's that as that generation, 91 years old. I mean, he's lived a heck of a life, and we can all hope that. And he was a great guy, and that was the generation that makes us look like a bunch of wimps.
Doesn't it? No, you're right.
So I don't know, but he was a great man, and it was sad to see him go. So here we go. We got Hopkinton. It would be nice to get a quick score here again. Really put it 14-0, alleviate any doubt for this game. Hillers, that looked like movement for the Hillers.
No, and he rolls right, and he's got Kelly deep behind and he caught it, and he breaks loose, and Brendan Kelly is going to have I just saw a flag.
That would have been, I would have called that defensive interference. I don't know where they threw that flag.
No, it's way down here. It's at the line of scrimmage, but I don't know what's going on. We got a dead ball against Hopkinton.
I think it was a legal man downfield. Is that a legal man downfield? Yeah.
Oh, I wish we had a replay. It'd be nice to see.
One of the big linemen there was already celebrating before. That's too bad. There was a few fouls on that, though. I mean, it looked like Hopkinton was moving. That could have been called dead, and then there was interference down here. They didn't call it, but the defensive guy was kind of pushing and grabbing there. But Kelly made a nice job. The perfect pass by Ryan.
Yeah, it was all there. I mean, and then he fought off the tackle, and you see that little yellow thing. Wait, now what happened?
Picking it up. Okay, so Gerard, I don't know what Gerard said to him, but it could have been, hey, that guy was an eligible receiver type of thing.
Yeah, he reported in. I don't know. We're talking about an anticlimactic call now. Okay, so they're up. All right, so we have at 10:50, at the 10:50 mark, it's Kelly.
Well, it must have been a situation where it was a guy that was,
or unless he had the wrong number, he thought it was a 73 and it was a 33. Who knows?
Okay, but
And Kelly kicking today. Did Kelly kick the last one as well? Paglukia out today too?
You know what? I don't know. Did Kelly kick that?
Kelly just kicked that one. 57. I'm looking for 57. I don't see.
There he is right here. I see him right here.
Oh.
I don't really know. I mean, I don't think he has done anything to lose his job, at least not during the game.
No,
I've seen.
He's been powering him through.
I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Did I say 75? I meant 57, right? He's number 57.
I don't know, but Rick, did I call that a quick score thing there or what?
I don't know. Did you call that?
Maybe Sully and I are on the same page after all.
I don't know. What we called there.
Maybe we are on the same page. Okay. Yeah, all right. So that's huge right there. Let's take control of this game. I mean, this team is a good team. It's been a couple tough weeks. Still a lot of football left. Not to mention a revenge game at the end of the year, which we'll get into that later. But
maybe weeks later. I don't know.
If we lose twice to Brzezinski,
well, I mean,
God only knows what we'll have to give him.
No, but here's yeah, right. Here's the problem.
We'll have to send them to Vegas or something.
Here's the problem. I don't know. We don't know how this is going to play out, but that game could mean nothing to Ashland.
Absolutely, it could not.
So it's a short kick.
Well,
and it's through the hands of number 7, but he gets up the sideline, up to about the 42-yard line. Number 7, Michael Greitzer.
The thing you have to remember about Ashland is they still have to play Holliston at Holliston, and that will determine the TVL.
Right,
winner.
but I'm talking about the playoffs, though.
No, I know.
Right, yeah, you're right.
We'll be in the playoffs the same as they will.
Well, it depends. It depends who's playing, because you're playing the playoffs. You have 3 playoff games before.
Oh yeah, you mean because they go down to Division 6? Who knows?
Whatever, I don't know what
damage.
Right, they could be going to the state championship game.
They could be.
In whatever division.
Yeah.
4. I think they might be 4 or 5, maybe. I don't know what it is.
No, I think they go down to 6.
So now they're in the different quarterback, though. Still a big kid, but can you see that number? Number 12.
Number 12. So if number 12's in there, then you got to turn to see where number 13 is on the field.
I'm guessing he's out in his wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
But Ryan Murray took that snap out of the shotgun, the 6'3", 205 senior. And is this 13 closest to us right here?
Yeah.
So Williams in his natural spot, and now they're coming out of the shotgun. 10-10 to go in the second quarter. And they try to run it up the middle, but nothing going.
Yeah, they have him out here, number 13, lined up one-on-one with Ty Scanlon and out of his linebacker spot. 13's got quite the height advantage, so it'll be interesting to see if that's something that Medfield tries to take advantage of.
Yeah, but they get Kieran Herr directly over the top here. Look, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with 2 guys on him. He's not shading. He's right on top of him. They have an over-under. Over-under, and there's a hard rush. And Murray's going to run it up the middle, and he's going to go nowhere.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
And I think that's going to be how it's going to go all night for Mr. Williams. So that brings up 4th and about 9.
Well, he was described in the media guide as the the top receiver in the TVL large, Stephen Williams, number 13, and that moved them in the quarterback the last 2 weeks.
Well, you take one for the team.
That's another bad snap.
Yeah, it's such a long snap that Tommy Hamlet was able to. I don't even know if he was coming hard to begin with, but he saw how high the snap was. He just sacked him.
That was Scanlon, number 20, that sacked him. But
it was Hamlet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I got Hamlet on it.
You can't see anything.
I'm going to call him Hambone.
I don't think Hambone got that.
That was a Hambone. Yeah, no, I'm going number 8.
All right.
I'm taking Tommy Hamlet on that.
Gerard will tell us. He'll know on the film. So, but either way, that was another bad snap by them. That's their second bad snap on a punt.
Well, it's just that they don't have a strong snap. It's just high and slow. Not everybody has. Well, it is a bad combination, but that might be the best he has.
Well, then you need to move closer, or just
go for it. And that's Brown on the run, running hard, and still on his feet. And sometimes that's not a good idea because you get a chance for 11 guys to hit you.
It's not. It's not to be hopping there when a guy's got your when he's got your leg. That's dangerous.
Well, they picked up. We'll call it 2 on the play. Make it 2nd and 8. 8:29 to go in the second quarter.
Now this is an opportunity to really take control of this game here.
They're at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 8. And Brown gets a big hole, but it's closed and driven inward. I think he's going to be close to the first down, maybe a yard short.
That defensive end did a nice job there, shaking off the block and holding his end and turning that in and making the tackle on Brown. So that was a good play by the Medfield defensive end.
So we'll call it 3rd and 1. Pick up 6 on the play. And they are right about the 14-yard line. Kelleher with Brown to his right. 2 wide receivers either side. Here comes DeLoyer into the backfield. And Brown cuts it back into the middle. Looks like he got the first down. Number 33, Junta on the tackle.
Yeah, Junta shot in there from, it looked like his middle linebacker spot and made a nice tackle. It looked like Brown was, well, he did getting the first down, but that was a nice penetration by Junta.
So it brings up 1st and 10 at the 11. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. No need to rush the way this game's going. You should see the ball plenty of times the way the defense is holding stout. Kelleher under center with the eye behind him. And Brown again straight up the middle, and he's going to make his way to the, we're going to call it the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Matt kind of delayed there and let his blockers kind of get set up, and then he had a nice burst. I thought he was going to get in. But
did he give a little Le'Veon Bell there? Did he yeah, that guy, you know.
Who?
You love him now.
Never
He's
heard
coming
him.
back, isn't he, or something?
I don't even know who he is.
He's dead to you, huh?
I don't care who he is.
Did he do a little hop skip, though, before he went into the line? Did he?
Isn't he a rapper?
I see what we're doing here. Pittsburgh's struggling with a few locker room issues, I'm guessing, right around now.
I don't really know why we're talking about this.
Just be thankful they're not the Giants, that's all.
Yeah.
Kelleher with one to each side, and Brown just slams it up the middle and drove somebody into the end zone. So we'll call it a 2-yard run for Brown.
Yeah, the line did a nice job there. Nice drive off the line. Brown just kind of took that in for an easy 2-yard score. And now we're sitting here, Rick. This is an excellent start. The Hillers could not have asked for a better start to kind of shake off the last 2 weeks. And, let's just finish strong.
Yeah. And Kelly again for the extra.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. We'll have to try and get a beat on that at halftime where Paglialuca is.
And that's good as well.
Well, let's see. I saw Paglialuca. He's not running off the field. I don't know. I saw him on the sideline.
Well, he was holding the block at one point, I thought. But we bring it upfield with 5:56 to go.
Maybe Kelly's debuting for doing some college kicking. He's playing baseball down in Stonehill, so Stonehill's kicker, what are they?
I don't know.
He's good, though. But he's probably got another year left at least, but I don't know. Maybe he could be a kicker, too, in college. I don't know. We'll find out what's wrong because Paglialuca has been a very reliable.
He's right here, right in front of us. 57.
Yeah,
he can boom him.
He's been a really reliable kicker. But Kelly has handled the kickoff and the punts.
Right. And this is going to be picked up by Williams. And he cuts. Now he's coming to the outside. He gets all the way to the outside. Runs into his own man. That was unfortunate. He ran into his own man and wasn't able to get all the way outside. He's tackled at about the 36-yard line of the Warriors.
It wasn't a real deep kick, but it was an effective kick. The Hillers had good coverage, and Medfield got what they could out of that. which is pretty good field position. I mean, if they're going to stay in this game and not let this become a rout at halftime, they need to put some sort of drive together, even if it's a couple first downs.
Yeah, you just can't hand the ball back and make it 28-0.
Have they gotten a first down yet?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, they have to do something there.
But it's obvious they're undermanned. They haven't really thrown the ball. They've been in the shotgun with the new quarterback, number 12, Ryan Murray, who's come back out. And Mr. Williams has Scanlon and her with him. He's going to look for him.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to get an interference. But I don't know. Everybody seemed to be going for the ball, but
yeah, that was a nice pattern that the kid ran. It was great coverage and it was a good throw. That's a tough call. It looked like Kieran came up on his back a little bit, but it wasn't. It could have gone either way. 21-0. They're trying to maybe give them a break here and there. It was a good throw by that quarterback, though. I'd run that again if I was them. And maybe stop that and take it. Take it to the post.
Throw it to somebody who's only got one. I mean, Williams is going to have two. These two running with him the whole.
He's yours. Look that way. You got who's the kid on the far end there?
I can't see the number.
You got Deloya on him. No, Deloya's in the.
He's in. Looks like he's in tight. That's Hamlet probably out there with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be defensive offside. And we're fortunate we're able to see these right on us. We're right on the 50-yard line. And it wasn't just one guy. It was about three of them coming up the blitz. And
I think that there was contact there, which is what blew the play dead. Otherwise, it could have been a free play from Medfield.
So the two penalties bring it all the way over to the Medfield 43-yard line. And Murray hands it off. And doing a lot of east-west, not enough north-south, is number 33, Junta.
One thing that they're doing is they're going on two a lot, it looks like. It looks like they're mixing up the
that's one way to keep
the snap count.
That's one way to keep the defense at bay a little bit. They can't tee off and get to you. But when you see all those people coming into the A gap, you're not running the ball up the middle. You had to bounce it outside. No way to go. And a quick pass, and I can't see who's incomplete. The intended receiver, number, is that 21?
I don't know. But
Eric Ledigar?
I'm not sure, but Kelly did a nice job getting some elevation there and making that throw difficult for the quarterback.
I mean, I didn't even see where it landed. Did it hit was it close to the guy?
I think he tapped it. I thought he hit it. I thought Kelly tapped it.
So in the pistol formation, Murray, the quarterback.
What are we doing here? Okay.
Another.
No, that looked like it was movement on
offensive.
Medfield. Yeah. That's my call from the booth, Rick.
And you got it, and there it is. So that'll make it second and about 7, I'll guess. They must have some young kids over there on the sticks because they just keep turning the down marker.
Isn't there a complaint block box somewhere we can put complaints in? It was said earlier in the year. It's not. John Cook's not walking.
He's not coming through that door.
Kim Donahue's not coming through that door.
John Ryan is not.
Not walking through that door.
And Murray rolls. He has him deep, but he just couldn't get it there in time. Oh, that's got to be interference. If there was ever interference, I would have thought Scanlon on the interference just had his hands up running into him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was catchable though. I mean, that wasn't even close to being completed. So that's probably why they didn't throw it. I mean, Scanlon didn't look like he was trying to make a play on the ball, but
he never looked back and he just ran into him with his hands up.
He did not look back. No.
So that'll bring up 4th and 8 with 4:36 to go in the first half.
This could be this is a prime situation here for a fake punt. So
well, they're not even in punt formation, so I guess so.
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's got to scramble. Murray's got to scramble, and he's going to the wrong side, and he just throws it away. That's a situation where you just throw it. Just who cares if it gets intercepted?
Yeah, or just try and run it. It looked like he might have had a little space there. But yeah, that's a tough scenario for Milford. So this game is close to being out of hand here at halftime.
That would be Medfield.
I'm sorry, Medfield. Hopkinton is up 21-0 here with 4 minutes left in great field position. So this could easily go. Be a blowout at halftime. I just got blindsided here by Nick Palucci, former Hopkinton football captain.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Palucci's in the booth signing autographs.
Doing well.
You guys on a bye this week? A Salve Regina football player?
We got Kelleher.
Ashley Palucci's the captain of the cheerleaders down there.
Throws to number 3, Salyards, who just kind of hitched up and picked up 7. And we'll call it picked up 8. So it's going to be 2nd and 8.
That's Mr. Hart.
So it's 2nd and 2, and maybe 3. Brown to the left of Kelleher, 2 to the left. DeLoya in motion. And we're going with that same play, Don. But he dropped it off underneath to DeLoya, made a nice catch behind him. Gets it down to about the 35-yard line.
That was an excellent catch by Luke. I mean, Ryan was kind of rolling out. And Luke kind of came back. It was thrown behind him. An excellent catch, turned it up for a nice gain.
So with 3:28 to go, the Hill is just taking their time, drawing down the clock. So we have DeLoya in the wing left and 2 receivers to the left. Looks like Kelly by himself to the right. And a pitch out to Brown. And he's got a lane. He's got down the left sideline, and he's going to be caught out of bounds by number 21, Eric Ledegar.
Yeah, that was excellent blocking along the line. And then I think it was Salyards, number 3, who threw a nice block from his wide receiver position to kind of really break Ryan Brown. We're kind of working on it's Salyards.
When you
with
see
a nice
the
block right there.
Yeah, you see the seam
right there.
The seam opened up, and Salyards turned his man inside.
He'll take it.
So DeLoya sets up in the backfield, and another handoff to Brown, and he's going to get a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run by Matt Brown with 2:52.
That was, that was a read option, and if Ryan, that was a touchdown either way because that was wide open. If Ryan would have kept that.
I'm not even sure it was a read option. I think he just gave it to him and let him go.
I don't know. Either way, it was that was an easy touchdown for the Hillers. So, it looks like Medfield might be getting a little demoralized over there. They're hanging their shoulders are getting a little lower, and this is exactly what the Hillers needed out of this game. After 2 tough
popped that
weeks.
one up, and it is good. Kelly with the extra point. 2:52 to go in the second quarter, and the Hillers come back upfield, leading 28-0.
Yeah, that's a great start for the Hillers. So now you're in a situation, Rick. So this team lost 13-0 to Westwood, who the Hillers play next week at Westwood.
That's correct.
So
Westwood is 2-1 in the TVL, 3-2 overall.
It was always tough to play, and
they've been weak. Medfield's been stronger the last few years, and I know they lost a lot last year. Coming into this year, they had a lot of seniors last year, and it's obvious with if they're missing just a couple of key guys, you can see what's going on out here tonight. Westwood has been down the last 2 years, and pretty weak actually. And I don't know, maybe they've been playing younger guys and they're stronger this year. but we're going to find out next week. And Kelly with the not an onside kick, I don't think.
Kind of a squib type of deal.
Squibber down to the 30-yard line. Huh.
I'm not sure what that was.
That was kind of a strange. I don't know. It wasn't really a squibber. It looked almost like he was trying to do an onside kick. The way it was bouncing, and it just didn't kick up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. It didn't look like the line for Hopkinton was looking to recover that. That was just kind of a.
Yeah, maybe he just missed it. I don't know. But
okay, so here we go. We'll see if Medfield wants to even attempt to try and string some passes together here.
Well, I'm sure they do. I mean, they're still trying to be competitive anyway, right? I mean, you want to get a few first downs.
But they might be better off still running it. That still might be the only way to do it for them.
So Murray's at quarterback, and he hands off
to,
I'm guessing it's the workhorse, Junta. Kelly again on the tackle on the right end.
Yeah, I mean, the Hillard defensive line, you got Doherty, Tyler Doherty at nose, number 26. You got Ben Powers, 74. You got Kyle Stukel, number 55. They weren't pushed back at all, and, running back kind of tried to bounce that outside, and the Hillers were ready for it. So,
do you see the little signs? You haven't seen this in the high school level yet. Do you see the little signs they're holding up on the far sideline?
Oh, yeah, as far as, that gives them, what the formation
little pictures, formation.
It's holding.
And there's a catch by 2 Williams, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. I'm watching the official come over, and what do we got?
I would have given, there it is, first down.
Is it a first down?
Yeah.
It's a first down. So Williams catches one over the middle. Probably a better pass than trying to go downfield.
That was a nice throw and catch. He threw it kind of where he was the only person that could grab that, and he did grab it, hauled it down, was hit immediately, but was able to get the first down.
Yeah, with the exception of Brown, our linebacker is relatively short, so he should be able to do some damage inside.
I thought you didn't like to use the word short, Rick.
It's all perspective, John.
Challenge. I thought you always.
It's all.
You always make me say height challenge.
It's all. No, most people refer to me as mentally challenged, not height challenged, but that's okay. That's all right. It's okay.
All right, well, that was a good negative play again by the defense. I referenced this, Rick. You're down 28-0. Your best play is a dive left. I don't know.
Yeah, when you're down, that's not such a good thing, unless Hopkinton has the play. But, the ball. Murray's in the shotgun, second, and we'll call it 10. It looks like he was trying to set up a screen. And he's got to get this loose. He's got to get rid of it, and he just throws it out of bounds. Hamlet comes crashing through the Hopkinton sideline on the coverage.
Yeah, there was nothing going to go on there.
That kid came all the way across the field. Hamlet started on the far side.
And he stayed in his back pocket the whole way. Now, Hamlet's got one-on-one coverage with him because you got 13 over here with her and Scanlon doubling them. So, he's going to follow him all over the field, which he did effectively there.
Yeah, they're in a double tight end feature, too, so there's only really 2 receivers in the pattern. And he's going to go deep to 13, and he's – nice catch. Wow, all the way down to the 23-yard line of the Hillers. Nice catch by Williams and a good throw by Murray.
Yeah, it was a good throw. It was a nice pattern, just kind of like a deep post there. He got over top in between of Scanlon and her, and the quarterback threw it high. He obviously looks like he's got good hands here.
Yep.
So hauled that in, and now Medfield's in business.
Well, Medfield calls timeout with 55 seconds to go in the half. As you set them up at we'll call it the 23-yard line. Medfield only has 2. They have 2 tight ends and then 2 wide receivers with the running back. It's a little old school.
And the wishbone too. I mean, They said that they had 2 running backs that could run the ball.
Well, so far we've seen Junta, number 33, and I'll guess it's 21 Ledegar is maybe the other running back.
Yeah, and again with the backup quarterback playing, they're not going to throw the ball a lot, but when they do, obviously they're going to go to number 13.
Well, Murray's a senior, so he's been around the program a while. can certainly get it done.
No, he looks like he's their third option, though.
All right, they're in the pistol. And fakes handoff. And he's going to throw it up into the corner of the end zone and just out of the reach of Williams, who would beat the double coverage, actually. It's just they couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah, he ran a nice route. It looked like he was going to break in, but he broke out. He was open, and it was just a poor throw.
So that brings up 2nd and 10 from the 23, 24-yard line. Junta, the running back behind Murray. He's going to throw. He's got Dancy feet. He's going to get outside the pocket, and he just dumps it off to, I think that's Junta, and he's taken out of bounds. I can't see who made the tackle way over there.
Yeah, they had good penetration right off the start, and I actually thought it was a screen pass. I don't know if the line just kind of broke down.
I think he's got jittery feet, and he likes to get deep, you know.
Yeah,
and
he had something.
Because there's no screen going on.
He had something.
All right, so that brings up he was out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 5. And Murray's going to, as a in and out, and it was supposed to be to Williams, incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down with 36 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looked like number 30. Do we have a number 30?
Well, our number 30?
Or no, it was number 20. Is it Scanlon?
Scanlon out there with.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
running
the up,
with him?
Yeah, he's the up man. He tried to get an in and out, and he was late on the break, and the ball was too far out in front. So
it's a big play for Medfield.
4th and we'll call it 5. And a big blitz, and he's going to get rid of it, and he's can't. I would just throw it up. It's 4th down. Just throw it up. Who cares if it gets picked?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but this is. I don't like to point out when kids do bad things because they're kids, but I guess I can talk about the Medfield. That fullback has looked on 2 straight plays. He's got no interest in picking up that blitzing linebacker. That's the second time he's decided, like, okay, go ahead. So.
Well, it could have been one of those, which one do I get kind of.
It wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
Because there were 2 guys chasing Murray.
He kind of he doesn't show much interest in trying to make the block.
I'll take the rock, but I don't want to.
Oh, no.
All right, so 28 seconds to go, and the turnover of downs. Hillers take over at the. I thought it was the 18-yard. How did it get out to the 26?
Now make sure you stay tuned.
Oh, he lost yards. He lost yards
for the Hopkinton cheerleaders coming up at halftime.
Oh, and DeLoya runs into Kelleher, and I don't think he got much. Maybe 5, maybe 3.
He did a good job by staying in bounds there. But stay tuned for the cheerleaders.
So we're going to have, looks like the Hillers are going to let the clock run out. With 5 seconds to go, and they're going to let it run out.
For those watching, go ahead.
I'm done.
For those watching on YouTube, we're going to keep the feed going. You're going to have the band at halftime. You're going to have the Medfield cheerleaders, and you're going to have the Hopkinton cheerleaders led by Ashley Palucci. And just stay tuned, and we will be back afterwards.
There you go.
Thank you.
What are we going to talk about the next?
two types of people in the world. The ones that only see me and the bad side. Well, baby, I'ma hold on and show how it's done. Don't have the backseat, gotta be first. I'm not the leader, I call the shots. I'm like a firecracker, I make it hot when I go on the show.
They said I won't be nothing, now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot my true vacation. They ain't never had this dedication. People heard you say we changed it, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Okay, Hiller fans, we're getting ready for the second half as the Hillers come on to the field. Before we get going, I want to thank all the people who do all the hard work here. We got Denise and Taki on camera with Tom Diggs and Samantha Diggs also on camera, and Mr. Everything over there, Mike Terosian, directing everybody, and looks like a well-oiled orchestra here. Right, Don?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's do some recapping here. 3:43 of the first quarter, DeLoya from Kelleher, 23-yard pass, 7-0. In the second, at 10:50, Kelly from Kelleher, 65 yards, 14-0. And then two Matt Brown runs, a 2-yarder and a 12-yarder, bring us to 28-0, where the Hillers will start the second half.
You know, now we're going to be in a situation, Rick, I could see Hopkinton trying to – who gets the ball? Do we get the ball here or are we kicking?
I believe we get the ball. Medfield got the ball to start with an exceptional kickoff.
Okay, so the Hillers are going to want to take the ball and go right down and kind of put a 35 number up on the board, and then it'll be a situation of just trying to play out the game, stay healthy, stay sharp, and perhaps give some other kids a chance to get in there.
Yeah, I haven't been to just a couple of home games, haven't been any of the away games, but it really hasn't been an opportunity to get in your second-level players, and maybe tonight's that night where you get to see a few of the guys that you might see next year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a JV parent or if you're a JV player, now this is what you want, because it's really a good situation to get in. It's a lot of times if you're on the losing situation, getting blown out, it's not as fun. But if you're doing the blowing out and you get in there as a JV kid, good for you. Have fun with it.
It looks like Medfield, is that number 80? I can't see from Medfield.
87.
87. Yeah, Cameron Lund kicks it off to. Is that no? It's Matt Brown, right straight up the middle, brings it out to about the 40-yard line where he's tackled by number 7, Michael Geitzer, I think.
They set up some nice blocks there. Matt fielded it pretty cleanly and took it up for a nice 15-yard gain to give the Hillers good field position. Other than, I can count 2 plays that Medfield made in that first half. It was that initial kick return. Yep. They had a good return, and then that long pass there to number 13.
Yeah, they had a couple of passes to 13, but the kick return certainly sticks out as the opening, and then they went backwards from there. They haven't had a lot of offense. A couple of penalties pushed them over with their first down in the first quarter, but other than that, not much. So Kelleher just hands off to DeLoya, and there's nothing doing there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, DeLoya motions in and then becomes a running back there, and he kind of got that. Medfield played it pretty tough with their front 5, and Luke really had nowhere to run.
So it's like almost like the split backfield, the old days when the quarterback was under center. Now the quarterback's just in front of the running backs, and it's a deeper handoff. And now it's just going to be a run out to the left by Brown. He's got a lot of room, and he gets down the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds by number 3, James Wilder. They put the year of graduation on here, and I got to do the math here. 2021 would be a sophomore.
Jeez, you mean they're not giving us the?
They give me the year of graduation.
Oh my Come on,
I don't get paid enough money, Mike. I want better rosters.
Yeah,
all right.
See, that's ridiculous. Good thing I'm not paying attention to that.
Mike will be right on that.
Good.
Okay, so Kelleher in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. And it's just the number 34,
it's
Drew Saporocious.
Yeah, who plays primarily defense, but he runs some running back there too. So he had a nice hard run to get things started here.
Yeah, picked up 6 yards on the carry, makes it 2nd and 4 from the 35-yard line. Almost 9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I would expect a good dose of some running the ball by the Hillers here, kind of chew up some clock, get this game over with. Well,
you're in complete control of this game. There's no real And you'll need to do these kinds of things. And it's just DeLoya straight up the gut, and he picks just short of the first down. Will be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's at least 5 or 6 carries out of that spot for Luke. The line's doing a nice job. They seem to be controlling Medfield's defensive line. You know, again, you got 3rd and 1 here, and you're just taking your time. Here comes Brown back in, number 24.
Well, it's a 1-yard gain. You kind of guess you know who it's going to, right, if you're playing that game.
I'd be surprised if Hopkinton threw the ball much.
And it's the I formation behind Kelleher, and it's the up back, and it's going to be close. I don't know if DeLoya got it. What do we see?
There wasn't much push by the offensive line, but there wasn't a lot of yardage to get there. So Luke seems to think he's got it.
Sure.
Okay, and I think he's right. All right, they just gave it to him.
So we'll give him 1 on the carry, just enough to get the first down. We're at the 30-yard line. Heading in, it's 7:33 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like we're losing the moon a little bit. Is that clouds getting in front of it over there? Some clouds?
Could be. It's dropped quite a bit in the sky, though. And just a straight hand off to Brown, and they got his feet. He's got to blow the whistle sooner than that, in my mind. And he was going nowhere, and a bunch of white was coming at him.
Yeah, Brown, you know, he's a tough runner. He's not going to go down with one kid, and that's about the 3rd time we've seen him kind of, you know, just have somebody has his ankle and he's hopping around there. Just blow the whistle.
So no gain on the play. The clock's going at the 6:45 mark. The Hillers will be traveling to Westwood next week, who's really not a playoff factor at this point either. As Brown comes to the left, got a lot of room, a little shake and bake. He gets to the sideline, puts on the hit, and as a number 66 cleans up on the tackle. And I don't have a 66, so going to have some help here, Don.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he cleaned up, but he cleaned up, you know, 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, right.
So,
not only that, but it's the only number I saw going by. And I don't see a 66 on the roster. Maybe a 68.
DeLoya made a nice block there. I thought they were going to throw a flag on him. It looked like he got his hand up a little bit, but he ended up kind of hooking that guy. It wasn't called, and that was a nice run there by Brown.
So he gets it all the way down to the 11-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And they're in that split backfield, and it's Brown, and he cuts it up the middle, and down about the 5-yard line maybe.
That's some good hard running between the tackle running by Ryan. Or Matt. It's Matt Brown.
Yeah, Matt Brown, yep.
Second and 3 for the Hillers from the 4-yard line.
You know, Medfield looks like they have some size along the line. It was mentioned in the media guide that they had 2 good defensive ends.
It doesn't look like they have a lot of 2019 graduation dates on here, so
what does that make them?
Maybe the future
seniors.
Yeah,
sophomores?
That would be seniors, 219. Brown to the outside. He's pursued, but there were a lot of Medfield guys here, and I'm not sure one of them touched him.
I think they were looking for the flag. I think they were trying to they thought it was flag football for a second because they were all just standing there. They didn't look like they wanted to tackle, and Ryan just planted his foot and cut it up, and that was an easy touchdown.
So in the third, at 4:55 to go in the third quarter, another Matt Brown touchdown, and that's from 5 yards out. And 6 yards out, what it might have been. And Saporosha's late on the field, always gets the coach's attention when you're the last guy to get out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Kelly with the kick, and that's going to make it 35-0. And with 4:55, the Hillers come upfield for the kickoff, leading this game 35-0.
Yeah, it's funny when you play Medfield. It's normally a close game. In fact, reading some of these scores from the Jim Gerard era, 13-7 back in 2010, 28-25, 21-14, 15-14. Medfield beat us here 29-7 in 2014. It was ugly. Actually, that could have been over there.
It was over there, I think.
Yeah, it was. You're right. 21-8. And it's usually a close game. So
it happens from time to time, right? You can't recruit. You get what you get, and you gotta deal with it, right? And I know in the hockey program in Hopkinton for years, kids would go to different schools. They wouldn't go to Hopkinton, and you lose some decent athletes that could play the sport. Who knows if that's going on at Medfield, but it all cycles through. And this is Williams on the carry, getting to the outside. Now reverses direction, but can't get going as number, is that Brown? I see a 34, Saporocious on the tackle.
Saporocious, which they usually do play a lot of starters on their kickoff team. But that's interesting. Was number 13 back there returning kicks before?
Yes, he's been down there with number 7, Geitzer, to receive the kicks. I mean, if he's your guy, why not? Put him back there, let him run the ball. The more times you get the ball in his hands, the better.
Looks like the moon's coming out a little bit brighter.
That's because it's Sweet Caroline. It's all about the Red Sox in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun series with the Astros.
I think so, but the kids out here are having a blast with Sweet Caroline. The place is rocking with the big win going on, 35-0.
Well, this has been nice because, it's been Spirit Week over at the high school, which this is homecoming, so they had their big pep rally today and the whole 10 yards. So, it's been a fun week for the kids, and again, this is just kind of a cherry on the top.
Culminates with a football win, big blowout.
Yeah.
Murray back to pass, and he had somebody, number 3, across the middle. Nice catch. That's James Wilder. He just they had crisscrossing routes where they broke in, broke out, and just a nice quick pass for a first down.
Matt Bennett in town here, former Hopkinton resident. Looks like he's up here signing autographs up from Atlanta, taking in the homecoming game. Had three boys that were in the youth sports system. We unfortunately lost them to Atlanta before they got into high school, but great family.
I don't know if I recall them. Picked up by Saporocious. And he gets loose. And he returns it to about the 22-yard line. Murray was looking for number 3, Wilder, over the middle, and it was just picked off. Nice pick-off by Saporocious.
Yeah, they had nice pressure there, and Saporocious was just kind of sitting there. It was thrown right in his gut. Made a nice play, took it up. And this is getting kind of ugly here, and it's going to be 42-0 here. We score.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're still talking to Kelleher, so I don't know. Number 27 checking into the ball game at running back, Cam Mulvaney.
Yeah, he was a sophomore. He played last week a little bit. No, the Bennett's, their oldest, Connor Bennett, was my oldest son. So Jake's age. So, he played baseball when they were young, and they moved out probably before they got into high school. But very nice family.
All right, so we got Kelleher the pitch to Mulvaney, and he cuts it to the right, and it's going to be flagged. It's going to come back. Cam Mulvaney, little dipsy-do on his way. That'll come back.
Yeah, Mulvaney got some carries last week in Holliston towards the end of the game. He's not a big kid, but he looked kind of shifty last week, and I think he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, I think he is. He's a sophomore.
So we'll see. I'm sure we'll see him a little bit more as the season progresses, and certainly into next year. And I would suspect, you'll keep seeing. This looks like a pretty significant penalty. What was this?
Could have been a block in the back, maybe. It was over as he turned the corner. We got a lot of.
That's 50. Is that 15 yards? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of clean uniforms coming in now. At 3:45 to go in the third quarter, we have Kelleher getting the play coming back, and it's 1st and 25.
Well, this is when when you're a sophomore or junior or even a senior that doesn't get playing time. This is when you want to stand next to the coach. You want to be right next to him
with your helmet on.
Oh, you better have your helmet on.
With your helmet on. And I'm guessing this is Mulvaney who just took it to the left. What do we have here? Yes, Mulvaney picks up about, we'll call it 5 and a 4 and a 4 or 5 in the play. Maybe 4, call it 2nd and 21, 22.
It's like Kelleher just.
Is this 11 coming in at quarterback?
Yeah, Patrick Brenton.
That is Patrick Brenton, the junior.
Yeah, looks like Kelleher just kind of tapped out there.
All right, and the formation is probably irrelevant. It's going to be just a lot of runs to Mulvaney's. He goes straight up the middle for about 2 to the host of Medfield tacklers. That's going to bring up 3rd and we'll call it 20. So 2:24. So Don, we don't know. I'm guessing the outcome of the Westwood game has an impact whether we're in the playoffs or not.
Well, that's what I was actually just trying to pull up. I think that we would have to win that game because that'll get us above 500.
Well, we've seen it's going to be a pass by Brenton, and he's going to get sacked, and he's going to lose about 5 on the play. So that'll bring up 4th and a ton. I have seen below 500 teams in the playoffs in the past, and the fact that we lost to a Division I team may have an impact on that.
I'm really not sure about how any of the tiebreakers or any of that works, but I would think that if they beat Westwood, that would bring the record to
4-3.
4-3.
Now we're making a big assumption we're going to win tonight.
Yep. Yeah, you should be out in Vegas, Rick, with that kind of.
What kind of odds can I get? Huh? I feel it.
I'm trying to. I thought we had the standings here.
So the clock's just running down. We're going to get a timeout by Hopkinton.
Yeah, they're number. They're number 4 in the Boston Herald, the D4 South rankings. I know Milton's in there.
But it's the MIAA's, really,
right.
The ranking. That's just.
So I would, just without knowing, I'll just sit here and talk because we got a 35-0 lead here. But I would think that, say the Hillers win this week, they win next week, that would set them up for a playoff game.
Likely away,
right. I could see them going in as like a number 4 seed, playing the number 1 seed, which I think right now is Milton. Who's really, we beat them here last year. We played them here last year.
That was a team that they couldn't pass. Was that the team that just ran? Dartmouth and
nobody could pass last year.
Dartmouth and I remember just watching the game going, "You're kidding me!"
They didn't. Neither one of the teams they played last year they could really pass.
So Kelly and booms it, and it looks like it's going to get the end zone. So they'll come out to the 20-yard line, and the Medfield will take over at the 20, 1st and 10 with 1:01 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, so that would be my guess, and then, then they win that. If they win that, then they would play the winner of the 2-3 game. I don't know. I just can't worry about that.
I don't even know how many teams you get. 4 teams from the south, 4 from the north.
I believe so. Yeah, it's the top 4, and that's where you get into a situation that if you've got a bad division and there's teams there that are under 500. Volleyball's up 3-0. Oh, they won 3-0.
Oh, they're
3
up.
straight sets. No, they won 3-0.
They're up. They won 3-0. That's pretty good. It's okay. Murray in the shotgun. And he throws it out to Williams, who just taps his toes, gets out of bounds. And it's probably just beyond the first down? I
Yeah.
think it's just beyond the 32-yard line, maybe.
This Stephen Williams looks like a pretty accomplished receiver.
27-yard line. I'm sorry.
He's a sharp route runner. He's got good hands. You could tell that he knows how to catch the ball. So
Well, they got him listed as 6'3", 195, which makes him probably 6-ish.
I don't know. He looks tall.
185,
He looks tall
6'1".
out there. I don't know what that was, but he looks tall out there. I don't know if he's 6'3". It's hard to see here, but he's one of the taller kids out there.
Well, the quarterback's 6'3", and he doesn't look as tall as the quarterback, Murray. But, boy, how would you like to be the wide receiver coming into your senior year and you lose your quarterback?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel too good, I bet.
Nah.
I can imagine. So the penalty brings it back.
Especially if you're trying to get noticed and if you want to play at the next level.
2nd and 8. Oh, he's getting out of trouble, and he's going to get sacked. Oh, the ball's down. The ball's down, and Medfield looks like they have it.
Yeah, I thought that was blown.
Yeah, it seemed like
dead.
it was blown dead, didn't it? The quarterback's struggling to get up.
Yeah, you had Tyler Doherty in there. You had number 28, Eric Davis.
Is Tyler Doherty still in? Is he
Yeah,
the nose guy? I saw
think so.
25 in there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, I see 20. Yeah, I see 26.
And then 28, Eric Davis. He's not a big kid. I don't know. He got him in there. It's ISO on him, see if he could fire off the ball.
Yeah, he's got to throw it deep.
Active.
And it's just a wobbler. It gets through the hands. And it's funny, he's got most of his rotating guys up front, but the ones are still hanging out in the back.
Yeah, well, normally it's when you get to the 40s. 40, 35, still keep them.
I don't know. Everybody else is rotated out. I guess maybe you want the shutout. You know they're going to run. I mean, you know they're going to pass the ball.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll see kids as they go in here, get a whole quarter.
It's end of the third quarter as Hopkinton is up 35-0. And Matt Brown with 3 rushing touchdowns today. Kelleher with a couple of passes. And it's just been total domination by the Hillers, both offensively and defensively.
Hillers are being led by Jim Gerard, who's in his 9th year as the head coach of the Hillers. Assistant coach Dan Sullivan, who's been with them the whole time. He's the offensive coordinator. Dave Swanton, who's the assistant head coach and offensive line coach. Then you have Dan McLean, who is the defensive coordinator, former head coach of Bellingham, and now been with the Hillers here for a few years. You got Mark Sanborn. He's a Hopkinton alum and a former football and baseball star. He's one of the assistant coaches.
And not a bad kick out of the end zone as DeLoyer receives it at the 45, does a little dipsy-do and gets to about the 43, maybe the 42. That was an interesting kick out of the end zone. The Hillers take over.
Interesting kick, and then Luke kind of
he jumped up to
jumped
get it.
for it. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but he looked good doing it, and he returned it, and he got the Hillers in pretty good field position here. It kind of looks like the move that his father makes sometimes.
Dancing up a storm,
Walking
that kind of
into
thing, with
Cordell.
legs up and the arms over. And
I'm not sure.
all right. So Brenton's still at quarterback. Number 11 just went out to the. Who's at quarterback? Can you see a number?
No, not from this angle.
Is it Bernardin maybe? It's Bernardin, and he gets to the outside, and we're going to flag on the play, and I'm guessing there's a hold.
It was thrown in that vicinity. Yeah, okay.
So both Brenton and Bernardin are juniors, so one of them are going to take over the reins next year. Can we make that assumption?
Yeah, I mean, unless they can get Keller back here on a red shirt, I'm not sure that they can do that.
It doesn't happen that often, I guess, huh?
No, not in high school it doesn't. But this is, it's number 10? Yeah, number 10.
Speaking of possible red shirts, I saw Hayden Pereira just before the game. Unfortunately, he broke his leg again.
Here? You saw Hayden
I saw him here
Ah.
at the game. Unfortunately, he broke his leg again.
Is it the same one?
Salve Regina. Yes, he had a plate put into his leg, and it broke at the plate, so they had to put in a bigger plate.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, your senior year, that's tough. Mulvaney was supposed to go inside, bounced outside, and another flag on the play, and could be another hold, and it is another hold.
Yeah,
by
and
Hopkinton.
It looks like they've got the second line in here, and these kids don't get it together here. They're going to become the third line before you know it. I don't know who these holding penalties are going on, but that's not going to make the coaches happy. I mean, it's a blowout, but again, you're just trying to get better. All you're trying to do is stay sharp, get better, and now you're out here. You got to make your mark, and holding is not the way to do it.
No, and I'm not calling out anybody specifically, but I can see number 71, Aiden Morin, is in the game now. It looks like right tackle. Mm-hmm. And I think I see 54, Luke McDonald, the junior, in there somewhere.
Yeah, we'll try and get a beat on the. Looks like Bernard's out here, or no, this is Brenton.
Brenton's
out here.
at the quarterback.
No, Brenton's out here at receiver.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Brenton's out here. And Mulvaney straight up the middle.
So I see 66, David Quiones. I see you had already mentioned number 71, Aiden Morin.
Yeah, 54. I saw him already.
Yeah, 54 is Luke McDonald. You got Brenton out here as a receiver. You got Bernard in the quarterback.
Brian Keefe in the slot. Brenton calling signals, and he's going to throw it, and it's a quick. It was knocked in the air, but it looks like I'll give the tip to number 81, Elliot Mance, on the end, who just tipped the ball on the way out.
Yeah, Brian Keefe, sophomore, looked like he was a slot receiver there. Just kind of ran a quick curl. He was open, but the defensive end did a nice job jumping up and knocking that down.
You got number 22 here from Medfield, Sam Jolin, and he's wearing a cast, it looks like, on his hand. And it looks like Bernard gets nowhere. Got roughed up a little bit at the line of scrimmage as he tried to get out to the left, and he's dropped. It'll bring up fourth and a long, long way to go. So with 9:41 to go, the Hillers will. It looks like Kelly's back to punt. It's fourth and 20-something here.
That was a bad punt.
That turned out to be a good punt. That rolled a long way down to about the 24-yard line, where the Hillers will take over first and 10.
Yeah, it looked like it kind of just.
I'm sorry, the Warriors will take over first and 10.
Kind of shanked off of Brendan's foot there, but he's got a powerful leg, so it ended up getting a good bounce, and the yardage ended up there.
So we've got the way this game is played out, they got little things to talk about maybe when they get into the film on Monday. Not necessarily to the one team, but some things to talk about.
There's always something to learn on the football field, especially in the film room. There's always ways to be getting better.
Number 40, Christian McDonald, making his way out to the end position, replacing number 56, Lucas Monahan. So we got Tommy Hambone Hamlet out here to the far right on coverage. I'm going to stick with the Hambone.
All right, I like it.
And as a complete pass, knocked out of the hands by DeLoyer as number 21, Eric Ledigar. Thought he had it for a second, and DeLoyer separated him from the ball.
So just to get through the rest of the coaches for the Hillers, I mentioned Coach Sanborn, who's the special teams coordinator, and he's upstairs on the, doing the
camera work.
Well, not the camera,
film.
But he's the film. Yeah,
film guy.
Well, he's the guy talking to Coach Gerard.
He's okay. He's coaching up there, not doing a.
No, he's
off
coaching.
The hands. Murray tried to get Williams and missed him.
And you got Brandon Anderson, who's the defensive backs and wide receivers. You've got Coach Dave Hughes, who the stadium is named
legend.
after, who coaches the freshmen. You got Will Collins, who assists Coach Hughes. Mike Webb, who coaches the middle school program, which is an awesome program. Now first year for the Hillers to be doing that. Middle school, which you can see on HCAM.
So I got one thing to comment on that. Coach Hughes, a longtime coach.
Oh, yeah.
Probably been married a long time. You think this is one of those things where his wife said, you need something to do, get out of the house?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Although I think Hughes golfs, so I don't know. Maybe he can only golf so many rounds. I'm not sure.
Because I can see that happening to me.
I don't know.
I can see my wife at one point saying, get out.
Carl Morningstar's tried to get me back on the sidelines, and I don't know. I'm
Is
retired.
I'm retired. At the Pup 1 level?
Yeah.
How are we doing there with numbers? We doing okay?
I'm actually not sure, but I think they're
well, he needs the gap 8 back, right? You got to get that gap 8 going.
I could get that going in a heartbeat.
The Medfield punts, and it looks like the Lawyer's going to take it at around the 45-yard line of the Hillers, where the Hillers will take over 1st and 10. 8:48 to go in the fourth quarter.
Then you round it out with Ed Flannery, who assists on the middle school, and Ken Gates, who's also a middle school coach. And new to the staff is former quarterback Hank Rudden, who has been a volunteer coach.
Yeah, but I see it there, but where is it here?
I don't think they've adjusted that yet. But, yeah, no, Coach Rudden is down there. He works, I believe, with the wide receivers.
Where is he? I don't see him.
He's down there with the long hair. I don't know.
With the white hat?
Well, he's right.
Is he wearing a white hat?
He's got a white hat and long hair.
Jeez, yeah. Hank, wow.
Coach Gerard's got to implement the New York Yankee haircut.
We got to get something going here.
I don't know.
Mulvaney wide left, and he's got the corner, and he's up the sideline, picks up, it looks like about 12 on the play, maybe 13.
Yeah, but Coach Rudden also coached AAU baseball over in Metro West this past year. So, yeah, he's great with kids, and he's very knowledgeable, so he's a welcome addition to the staff.
Yeah, he graduated with your oldest
son,
right?
Yep, 2012.
2012?
No, 2012
season 13. Yeah, I was going to say my son graduated in 2012.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Michael here in a second because I don't know what did Ryan need? Ryan Kelleher tonight was going to break Michael's. Was closing in on the only passing record that Kelleher does not hold, which is the career passing yards. He's 57 yards shy. He's got that.
He had a touchdown pass.
Right. So Ryan is now
good for him.
Ryan is now. I mean, records are made to be broken, and Ryan has had a great 2-year stretch here with the Hillers, throwing a lot of balls, and to pass more yardage than DeCina and the Doyle, that's quite an accomplishment. So good for Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you love to see it, and it's funny. I mean, you look back over the years, and there's since we've been involved, there's been pretty good quarterbacks here.
Yeah,
and the game has changed enough that you know what. They throw a lot now.
Well, the thing is, you got to remember, Michael played. He played 3 years, and then you had Hank. Hank was very effective, but he only played a year because he was sitting behind DeCina.
Right.
And then you had
Adams.
Ryan kind of came in here, and then he had a year, and then
he had 2 years.
No, Patrick only. Yeah, he had like one.
He did. Oh, that's right. And then he started splitting time with
Kelleher. Then the older Kelleher came in, and he had about a year and a half. So, a lot of these kids are sitting behind good quarterbacks, and you got to take advantage when you get in there. And obviously, Ryan has. So it'll be interesting to see these 2 new quarterbacks that are debuting here, and Bernardin and Breton, and we'll see how they develop as QBs.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw who you come in behind, who's there, who's doing what. But as you said, for the last 9 years since Gerard's been here, he hasn't been, wanting in that position.
No, it's been one of the team strengths.
So it's 6:15 to go in the fourth. It's 35-0. The Hillers, as they're just trying to close out this game. I see number 4, Max Lakasha, out here in the. What are we going to call that? A tight bunch situation? You got a lot of guys right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'll say. I think
it's
that
a fake pitch. And it looks like it's coming back as Bernardin gets to the outside, but I saw a flag coming right at me. Generally holding.
Yeah, I think Luke McDonald kind of got caught up there, and looks like they're going to call it on him, I think. But, yeah, that was an interesting type of formation and an interesting type of play there.
Well, they've used that formation, a tight bunch, right off the end.
You pay attention to that kind of thing more than I do.
Well, I kind of like, that's the strategy of the game, right? What are you trying to do? At this point, we're just trying to run the clock.
I'm a big pitcher guy.
Yeah. So the penalty, it stopped the clock at 5:45. It's third and, let's call it 17. Bernardin with the snap, hands off to Mulvaney, cuts outside, and another hold, but I don't think they'll call that one. Mulvaney gets the corner, and he is hit pretty hard. And I don't know who's on the edge, but number 22 on the defense was being held pretty well in order for him to get the corner. But nonetheless, he gets down the sideline all the way to about the 10.
Yeah, Mulvaney did a nice job getting around the corner there, and then he showed a nice little burst, nice footwork staying in bounds. And now the Hillers, and again, these kids that are out here right now, they don't know what the score is. All they know is they're out there playing varsity football, and they want to get in the end zone.
That's a valid point. We had kids that came up through the program, and their first time in, it was a big night.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I don't know if this is their first time out, but certainly a big night for number 31.
Oh, he's a big boy. Tommy Bernard.
No, that's not Tommy Bernardin.
No, well, I don't know.
Jay Golden's calling Tommy Bernardin, but it was number 31.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's a Robbie Bernardin and a Tommy Bernardin.
Okay, it's Tommy Bernardin, number 31 on the carry.
Bernardin, who must have came from the fullback spot, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know, but he looks like a pretty big kid. And he kind of just rumbled in there. He's 6'1", 160. He's a sophomore. Looks like he ran the ball pretty hard there.
We'll give him a 10-yard run.
Sure.
For Tommy Bernardin. And that's Kelly again with his 6th extra point. That's 42-0. Let's put the nail in the coffin here. This game can't get over fast enough for Medfield.
Yeah, again, at this point, you just want to kind of get the playing time here for the subs, and get off the field healthy, and let's move on and start thinking ahead. Now it's going to be interesting. How many push-ups are these girls going to do here?
A lot of times they stop. They've been out of shape here the last couple of weeks, so they may not be quite ready for this. I don't know if they can kick out 42.
I remember back in the day when we used to rock up 42 all the time. Those kids would do it. They'd get to 30 maybe.
Yeah,
they're doing it.
There's a few.
Hey, I'm not going to judge anybody's
No, you're right.
push-up form.
Right. That's like my push-ups right there. So that everything counts.
I don't do push-ups anymore.
You bend the elbow, that counts.
Right.
I don't care how deep you go.
All right, good job, girls. Nice effort. Nice effort.
Little John Denver to get the kickoff going here. Kelly's fairly deep, going to the left, and it's going to be number 7, Geitzer, and he gets stacked up around the 28-yard line. Where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter.
Well, another beautiful night. It was a nice crowd here for homecoming. They have the balloons going here.
Yeah, it's always a good event. The fall season, you go to any college football game, and you get the homecoming, you get people out doing their thing. The Hilla Grillers were here earlier today, and
that's been a nice tradition, and that started, I would say,
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, maybe about that. Yeah, it was. It used to be. I remember giving the kids money out of my pocket. I remember walking in and giving the kids like $20 or $40 or whatever.
I'll take 20
because they were just doing it on their own.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And then Coach Gerard, kind of took it over, and it comes from the football program now. They give those kids money and they tailgate.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's awesome. It's really a good thing. Just adds to the atmosphere that just makes high school football so cool.
I see Junior Sam Lazao now in the defensive line. And a flea flicker, and it's wide open to. And he's going to get loose. Now, number 22 is going to carry him down at the at about the 3-yard line, number 22, Brian Hurley makes the tackle down around the 2-yard line, 3-yard line.
Which is that was a touchdown saving tackle there.
Did you happen to see who caught that ball?
No, I didn't. No. It was kind of a flea flicker deal.
It was,
though.
yep. Could have been number 7.
And he broke a tackle, number 3.
Number 3, James Wilder, the sophomore, caught it down the right sideline, cut inside a tackler, and got all the way down to the 3 before he was tackled quite nicely by number 22, Brian Early. We got a timeout. I didn't see you called the timeout at 4:17 to go.
So this is, here we go. I mean, Hopkinton's trying to preserve the shutout.
Sure, they want that. Yep.
And kudos to Medfield for not going, away quietly and trying to get in the end zone. They ran a trick play. Kid made a nice catch, broke a tackle, and got it down to the 3-yard line. So we'll see what Coach McLean dials up for the Hillers and see if we can keep them out and hold on to this shutout. Who else? What other kids we got out there? Number 15, Young Wang.
Number 40, Christian McDonald.
Number 76 looks like a big boy. Sam
Yeah,
Rizzo.
called him. I saw him coming out. Okay, so it's 1st and goal from about the 5. And number 33 gets the corner. The workhorse, Junta, makes it in the right corner for a touchdown.
He's been on the field the whole time. So Medfield did keep some of their starters in, which is fine. He had the corner the whole way. There was some good perimeter blocking there, and they kind of just was able to walk in and get the Warriors on the board.
And Junta's only a junior, so he'll be back next year. Something to build on with the running game. I don't know if the quarterback that got hurt was a senior.
I think he was, actually. I think I did see that he was a senior.
I'm looking on their roster for another quarterback that I don't. Could have been Matt. No, Matt Leonard's not a. I don't see a senior quarterback on there other than the one that's playing, Ryan. Oh no, I'm sorry. Ryan Murray's only a sophomore. I called him a senior. He's only a sophomore, Don. The quarterback, Ryan Murray.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at the Biscone, who's ahead of him in the roster here. Michael Biscone, the wide receiver, is a senior. But Murray is only a sophomore. Sorry for that. So maybe there's something to build on here with the Medfield Warriors.
Okay, a couple scores here from the TVL. Dover Sherburne is leading Bellingham 21-6. It's actually 42-7 now.
That's us.
That's us.
We're 42
okay.
to 7 now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Trojans got me doing all kind of things here. I apologize. Trying to take me out of my comfort zone, I think, Rick.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the TVL. The winner of the Ashland Hopkinton or the Ashland Holliston game, which I believe is next week at Holliston, which should be an interesting game. I mean, having seen both teams, I would give the edge to Holliston, especially at home. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Ashland has two quarterbacks that they're
a physical team too.
That they use equally.
Yeah,
and both will throw. And there's a fair catch by DeLoya, but he didn't catch it.
He called.
Saporocious did.
Saporocious doesn't look too happy either. It looks
well,
like
the problem is, he doesn't know he's doing it,
right,
and if he takes off, it's a penalty.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the rule is, though, you don't go backwards to get the ball. I don't know if Saporocious had to go backwards to get it, but you let the up guy come get it, and you go block. So it looks like, by the way they're huddling up, it's going to be Breton as quarterback. And number 15
running in there really quick.
Young Wang, the senior.
Young Wang, he's not wasting any time getting in there.
Well, somebody yelled his name. Yes, sir, I'm off. So it looks like they went back to Breton as quarterback, and he fakes and he comes out to the right, and he's got a little bit of room, but he's tackled by about 3 Warriors at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 29-yard line.
Did a nice job with that read option there. Kept it, and Medfield had it covered, but he got what he could out of that.
So it brings up 2nd and 2, call it, from the 30. As the clock keeps on running, 3:30 to go in the game. And Mulvaney gets to the outside, and he gets the corner, and he's certainly a first down. Gets out to about the 45-yard line if he didn't step out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
he stayed in. He stayed in.
Stay
yeah,
in.
the clock's still going. So it's 3:10 to go. As it looks like the Hopkinton Hillers will move to 3-3 on the year, with a big game against Westwood next week to determine. I'm guessing maybe they're in it anyway, but certainly if they win, they're in the playoffs.
And then I guess we'll just have to see as far as the next game we'll be bringing you here at home. It'll be up to the.
I'm guessing if they win a playoff game, they'll be away for any first playoff game. But if they win, they'll still be away.
Right.
If they lose, they'd probably host the game.
Correct.
That next week.
Right.
So have to stay tuned for the playoff schedule as it comes out, and that'll come out probably in about a week and a half. On the 26th of October, maybe it'll come out. Well, we won't know that, Mike.
Yeah, we don't know that, Mike. No.
We don't know.
In fact, we were saying I think it's a good chance it'll be away.
Oh, a fake pitch, and it's a different quarterback. That's now Bernardin back in there, taking a book out of Ashland. So with 2 minutes to go, as we wind this down, we certainly need to thank our camera folks, as it got chilly out there tonight. Denise Antaki still wearing shorts, by the way. That's one tough cookie. And Tom Diggs and Samantha Diggs up there doing their thing. So we thank them for being out in the cold as Don and I sit here in our in a nice warm booth here. And Mike Terosian obviously directing everything. One of the smoothest operations I think I've ever been around.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice run, nice tackle there as he's slow getting up. Mulvaney he got hit pretty hard as he spun.
Well, they're still playing football out there. I mean, it's still an aggressive, violent game, and you better be ready to play it. I don't care if you're first string, second string, or third string.
Well, I can hear the tunes cranking as we get under a minute here. Fans are having a good time. Bernardin, quick pitch out to Mulvaney. Nope. Yeah, that is Mulvaney. He cuts it up for a first down. And we only need 2 more plays to call it a night, Don. So
maybe one. I think one play does it here.
As we wrap this up, it looks like it's going to be a 42-7 Hopkinton victory. 2 passes, Kelleher to DeLoyer, Kelleher to Kelly, put them up 14-0 in the 3 Matt Brown rushing touchdowns, put them up 35-0 in the 3rd. We got a late touchdown by Tommy Bernardin, a 10-yard scamper. It put him up 42-0. And Medfield scored a very late touchdown. Junta, a 5-yard run, made it 42-7. So, overall, you had to like what you saw today, Don.
Yeah, for sure. Again, this team needed this. It was a confidence builder for them. And, those were 2 tough weeks, Rick.
Yeah.
Losing to Ashland like they lost to them, and then going into Holliston and, that tough game. So this gets their feet under them again. And, hey, all they can do is play who's in front of them, and that starts with Westwood next week. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, and 4, Denise Antaki, Tom Diggs, Samantha Diggs. Mike DeRosian. He is Dandy Don Lehman. I am Rick DeCina. We will see you next time.
Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you.